In this video, I'm going to go over my core philosophy or my approach to healing. Now, I chose to call this company Infinite Waves of Healing, and that's because I focus on the waves or the electromagnetic forces that are within your body and around your body in what we call the biofield. Now, I believe that focusing on the biofield is important because otherwise, trying to help anyone with any illness is like going to a burning house and just saying, let's put paint on it. Simply giving it pills or putting patches on it or anything along those lines just really isn't enough. We need to find the root of the problem. See, the issue is that there's so many modalities of healing that only focus on the symptoms. Here in America, at the time of this recording, we spend $4.1 trillion on healthcare. And most of that isn't even on preventative medicine. That is on chronic diseases that could have been avoided. Dr. Stephen Gundry is a cardiac surgeon who actually said that he no longer wants to operate on people because he wants to go on the preventative side because things such as heart disease, in his opinion, are actually 100% avoidable. Not just 10%, not 50%, 100% avoidable. And there's so many illnesses that are honestly exactly the same. They could be avoidable. Now, the difference is here at Infinite Waves of Healing, I don't just focus on diet and exercise. Now, those things are key. It is very important to make sure you're putting healthy things into your body and remaining active. However, just doing that to me is like finding this burning house and just going and fixing the electrical wiring and saying, okay, that's brand new. It shouldn't catch on fire again. The house is still burning, okay? We need to find out what the true reason for the fire starting is in the first place. And not just finding out what the reason is, but we need to actually find out why it is that it started in the first place and stop that from happening again, okay? There was a doctor, his name was Robert Becker. He was working at State University of New York. Now I'm going to quote what he said. There is only one health, but diseases are many. Likewise, there appears to be one fundamental force that heals, although the myriad schools of medicine all have their favorite ways of cajoling it into action. If the energy is actually successfully focused, it results in miraculous transformation. So for me, that means that we need to focus our intentions and our mind on the energy that is in and around our body. If we can do that, then we can fix the illnesses that occur in your life. Now, for those of you who don't know, the biofield is like a force field. It is in and around the body and extends about 8 feet according to some people. I actually believe it extends further than that. Now, we need to get into this field because there's so much information in this field that can tell us what is actually going on in our body and the steps that you need in order to fix it. Once we are in there and we get these steps, we go a step further here in Infinite Waves of Healing, and we find what it is that you need to do to maintain that health when you get it. Because we don't want this occurring again. See, there are illnesses like glioblastoma, which is a form of brain cancer that has a near 100% recurrence rate. 100% again. And there's lung cancer and breast cancer, bursitis, and the list goes on of things that just keep on occurring, and they just say go back to the doctor. That's simply unacceptable to me. So we need to find out what it is that you need to do in order to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Now, some people ask, how is it that you're sure that this works? Now, there are many studies that have been done. Dr. Shamini Jain did one with some breast cancer survivors. So there were 76 people for 4 weeks, and they were at stages 1 to 4. Some of them were actually also in remission. Now, for these 4 weeks, some of them received biofield healing and some of them received mock healing. For the ones who received the biofield healing, their level of fatigue was actually reduced by 24%. Just in 4 weeks. And they only focused on the fatigue, not any of the other issues and not the root cause of this situation. Not only that, but their overall quality of health actually improved in just 4 weeks. There was also a study done in 1993 called the Spontaneous Remission Project, where a couple of doctors took 3,500 cases and studied them and found that in all of those cases, those people were able to heal without any outside source of help, such as surgery or pills or any other sort of outside care. They were healed by biofield healing. So there is proof that this does work. Now here at Infinite Waves of Healing, we want to make sure that we take it all the way. You need to be healed on a body, mind, and soul level. You don't just need the steps of how to get to health. We need to make sure that you're able to maintain that on your own And that's the difference. That's why this connection will be unique. So if you like what you hear today, go ahead and book a discovery call. That way we can start the process of finding out why you have the illness that you have, the steps that you need to do in order to get rid of the illness, and how you can start maintaining it today.